Peace. Want to get straight into it. Happy now, though, of course. Lucifer is basically like the first spark of male energy in our immediate universe. And I say our immediate universe for lack of a better word, you know what I'm saying? Because my point ain't whether it was in the whole entire existence of everything or our immediate universe, whatever. Because as above, so below, if it happened in our immediate universe, it's happening, even on the bigger macrocosm as well, on a smaller level. But, you know, Lucifer is that, because Lucifer is, I always tell people, Lucifer, Satan, there's so many things, even down to my latest thing where I talked about the Enki and Lil situation, where Lil is more like the Satan, Saturn, landlord, lock things down type of vibe, and Enki was the Lucifer, like God and light type of vibe. But then too, I even see within that story how they giving you truth, but still hiding the situation to a certain extent, because it's still hiding like the woman aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, which I think they do have a woman, one of them have a sister, Ia, or something like that in the Enki and Lil story. But the fact that it's those two characters, and it's mostly like, now they do deal with some queen, which that kind of goes to show, they do deal with some female beings that they work for, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of gives an indirect hint towards what's really going on anyway. But yeah, Lucifer is that first little spark of light. From darkness let there be light. From the darkness of the womb, man. And again, I also speak on how like the yin and the yang, the polar opposites of the universe, is the quote unquote European white male, Caucasian male, and the black African woman, you know what I'm saying? But that's the polarities of the universe, personified in a physical human form. But again, as above, so below. But I think about that Lucifer effect, like what, so that's where you get the thing where with Adam and Eve, like making the woman look bad and the woman come from the man rib, like it all come from that spark of light, being jealous of the all, and also jealous of that magnetism. Because how we always say females run the world, or the Yanni control or run things. Well, in essence, there's a lot of truth to that, because of the magnetism of the female energy, and almost so magnetizing that it's it's intoxicating, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, that little first spark of male energy became jealous, of his mother, in essence, and that's the whole situation. And when you see, I think about the cartoon, when I think about Powerpuff Girls, and they had like a little evil villain on there where it was like he was like a devil. He's a devil man in essence, but he also kind of dressed like a woman somewhat. So it's like showing you that aspect, and even look how they used to put that in our cartoons. Think about that. But and how the subconscious get programmed, so they was kind of sprinkling us with a game indirectly. But anyway, that just that Lucifer effect of like kind of wanting to be like a woman, wanting to be like, jealous of God, which in the situation, God is that feminine energy, you know what I'm saying? We started off as female, all of us, male and female, quote unquote, we all started off as, a female energy, until it was like, I think it's what the Y chromosome, don't quote me, but until that situation pop up and it's like, all right, now you're gonna be a male, now you're something different. You still gotta keep your nipples though. I think still gotta keep that energy of of the source. But I think about also, matter of fact, I think about that movie, the anime I just recently I talked about, the Devil Man Crybaby, where the aspect of Lucifer also is like a again a half woman, half man type of thing, in the essence of being jealous of a woman and wanting to look like that. And a lot of those animes too, they kind of sometimes have Satan in that like little pretty boy, almost looking like a woman type of vibe, you know what I'm saying? Like to personify, that light being jealous of that dark light. And two, you see it throughout all. So you see who in essence embody that Luciferian light on that level. You know what I'm saying? All the people who make things just about men and about boys, and who think, and it's no thing to homosexuality. Do what you do, y'all. And if you don't know how, how my overstanding is, oh well, but I don't care. But I'm just explaining the situation of, again, yeah, like, that's where all the promotion of homosexuality and the brotherhood, like, from promoting things like, because a lot of brethren don't know, man, football, all those little things, fraternities, that's all want to be around men, you know what I'm saying? And two, what's crazy as I'm saying this, I just came across the Young Pharaoh video where he's talking about Valentine's Day, and he spoke on how one of the little Roman quotes, somebody used to quote, "Ain't no love like love between two men," or something like that, you know what I'm saying? And again, not no flack towards nobody sexual orientation. I'm just speaking more to, again, that Luciferian effect, and how, with the oppression, you know what I'm saying, dealing with the Caucasian male, like, where all that stemmed down from, is embodying that basically that Lucifer energy in that light, literally and figuratively speaking. But again, you see too, with the jealousy of that magnetism, jealousy of that woman energy made him take out the woman of all spiritual texts, all, everything, but still indirectly leave the woman there in essence, because, like I say, where they make it seem like Mary had a baby for a male in the sky, but it's really like, nah, Mary is the mama, really, like, take away the little fake invisible God in the sky, and just leave. And Mary, I'm talking about, Mary from the quote-unquote Jesus story, because we know this is a bar story from further stories, on down. But again, you start to see that deception. So yes, if you want, like, Lucifer and being very deceiving with the vibration, because when you think about it, like, the whole situation was so deceptive that people wasn't even realizing how much the female wasn't in religion to a certain extent, and wasn't questioning it, and you look at that, it's like that was the whole deception too, as far as, like, not only, like, deceiving us and making us think that, or us forgetting and being in our human form, but the whole situation of, taking things away from the woman, from the womb man, from the feminine essence of the beginning of the universe. And I say quote unquote beginning because, what I'm saying, it's a universe that has no beginning and no end, and that's when explaining things like this with words on a human level kind of could confuse people, because it almost makes us contradictory. It's like, how could things start with something if there's no beginning or end? It's just more. That's why I use the word primordial, like the primordial essence of sorts. You know what I'm saying? So to not say the beginning, but just as furthest, as far back, because right now is the beginning and the future. You know what I'm saying? It's right now. So again, I don't want to. that. It's funny because certain information is for. I don't want to say too much, you know what I'm saying, and overload y'all. Some people kind of get the aspect of where I'm going, some people won't. Which, another thing too, I got to get that some information, just it is what it is. And if I'm going, to a place where most won't understand, then this won't be the video for them until they start understanding the information on that level, But again, that whole aspect though. So Lucifer, thank the Lucifer situation, where the light bearer, that first spark of light. And that's why I wanted to bring up too, the jealousy of the magnetism, because too, by using, so you know how the feminine energy is magnetic and the male is electric, because also the electric energy of Saturn is what causes us to age, and that's why all these male-based male-based religions worship the little black cube, or in some form, way of fashion, worship Saturn, or that form of Satan, you know. But it's all the same. Satan and Lucifer is all the same. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole Da Vinci Code, or the big secret in essence. You know, if you want to call something, with the angels versus demons situation, it's just all that the hidden knowledge of that whole situation of trying to keep the divine feminine down. But that's basically it. I was gonna make it a think fast because I didn't know how deep I was gonna go into it. Because honestly, I just smoked some herb earlier, so I'm like, I don't know. But I was feeling it so much that I just stopped and had to do the video. So that's when I knew, like, all right. And two, I stopped by the tree. We was talking about Lucifer and the serpent. The serpent told Eve, take a bite. I'm Satan. And that whole aspect, that there's so much reverse psychology going on with a lot of the things with with the Christianity and the beliefs, are things that come with, how can I say, the way of understanding the Bible without going deep, like just the regular, things of the Bible. It could confusion. It's like almost, again, on some reverse psychology type of stuff, because they got a lot of men walking around, like seeing how much they love their mom, seeing how much they love their daughter, seeing how much they love their sisters, every aspect of the woman, seeing how it's not us walking around with no children in our stomachs, but still think like there's people in this world still. I'm not using that word anymore. There's people in this world still that believe that, oh yeah, the woman came from our ribs, so it's like, come on, man, like you gotta. And then again, and everything is male based. Like, we're gonna have a club with just us men, and the Skull and Bones, all this. Matter of fact, speaking of just the men's situation, like that's kind of one of the real reasons why Nixon got impeached, because he spoke out about the Bohemian Grove situation. Matter of fact, shout out to Ab Soul for the little song Bohemian Grove. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, I'm not getting butt naked and hugging redwoods in the forest, this and that, like, because they meet up in the forest somewhere, like in mid-northern California, but it's all, that's the whole game, though. That Saturn electrical energy, holding us in the physical and trying to keep us away from knowing about our mama, basically, or that feminine aspect of sorts, So yeah, that Lucifer aspect, that's that first spark of light, in essence. And as above, so below. Like, we personified, well, because in essence, that spark of light has consciousness, just like, the darkness of the womb man had the consciousness before, the light was born. But like, we personified these energies so we could understand the stories a little better, you know what I'm saying? But it's more of just, again, that first spark of light, in essence, is like Lucifer. And he been jealous of his mama ever since, And again, that's why the holding down of the woman on so many levels, That's where that come from. As above, so below. Telling law of correspondence. Peace, y'all. Now I can say happy now. And now is a vibrate. Not going too far in the future. Oh, not going too far in the past. Had to do the tree twice. Future at the past, you know. That tree of life, tree of knowledge. Peace, y'all. Matter of fact, and as I speak on this, because I expect people to, which I shouldn't have expectations for anything on that type of level. So I'ma still speak on like where my older videos I always would kind of speak a lot to, like, you know, don't just listen to me, you know, do your own research, or only, you know, deal with this video or this information if it resonate with you or whatever, you know. But you know, this is just my own insights and own, like, from my own studies, from watching nothing but anime, listening to Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, all the elders on the circuit, you know, just accumulation of all that, and then bam, I just get hit with, you know, deliver this information in this fashion. I just go with it, you know? Because one of the things too, I kind of tiptoe that borderline of not explaining enough to teach people. Like, I kind of be on some, like, hey, my intuition told me this and this what it is type of vibe, you know. And I be having to catch myself sometimes and making sure, you know, that I do throw, you know, some explanations, a little logic in there, you know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, for a lot of us to grasp it, you know, because the world we've been grew up in, and, you know, we've been trained to deal with a lot of logic to believe things, you know, in order to feel like we know something, it got to be proven to us logically. So, you know, that is important to have a lot of the logics with a lot of this esoteric, metaphysical, and occult information. That's why, you know, it's so important, like with the young pharaohs and, you know, red pill, blue pill, like anybody, you know, that's on the lecture circuit, you know, right now, you know what I'm saying? The younger crowd in the quote unquote, you know, conscious community, you know what I'm saying? But again, yeah, like that explanation of things, because again, that's why like, even though all it took was me to just hear somebody explain in my inner voice, like, yeah, that part, you know, like, oh yeah, that part, no, not that shit, no, that's a lie right there, or that's him twisting it, you know, ooh, but that part, you know, even though I have that ability to do that, you know, it still was important for some other videos where, like, seeing the logics behind stuff, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, like a Dan Winter video where he got the logics about neg entropy and plasma implosion, and, you know, all these different things of how our plasma body actually move, and tying it to scripture in the Bible and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So people logics could grasp where he coming from, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, always remember, again, it is about the balance. The divine feminine energy is coming in strong, but, you know, it's coming in strong to, you know, kind of balance things out. It got to, because we've been, again, under the over influence of the masculine energy for so long, you know, that feminine energy got to come in strong, you know, in order to, you know, get everybody's mind right. Peace, y'all.